Okay, here we are. We're back at the first annual Hall of Fame induction, and each year we have the option to put a team in, and it's not going to happen every year. But we knew it was a no-brainer that the 89-90 state runner-up football team was a no-brainer to go in this year. And I'm joined by Coach Lattès and some of the players here. We'll be meeting these guys later on. But Coach Lattès, to you guys, it was not a hard decision to put you guys in the first round. You guys, what you did for the community, I think I can talk about. I still have nightmares because I stopped playing against these guys because they beat the crap out of me so much. I was 6'6", slow and skinny, and I said, football's not for me. But the sense of pride that these guys gave our community back then, I think that's what I'll always take with me. How proud I was to be a Keystone Panther. So, Coach, just take us back through, in a short, condensed version, but take us back through the run, maybe the Clareton game, which was just unbelievable to go down there and beat the WPIL champion down there, and then go on to the state championship. Just talk a little bit about what it meant to you.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the committee because I know you put a lot of work into this. But, it was just it was a magical year, it really was. These guys you see around you and the other team members, what's really most satisfying is that we did it as a team. And it had to have everybody contributing and everybody in our team contributing. The thing about that group was there were no selfish players. We had some great athletes on that team. You have Kelly and Jeremy and Bubba and some of these guys, Matt, just really good athletes, and they played unselfishly. And I always remember this: they had fun practicing. I mean, football practice isn't always fun, but it was always fun because they were interactive and a really smart group. Probably the highlight of that year, I mean, we were, 11-0 going into the Clareton game. We didn't, according to the paper and people in Pittsburgh, we had no chance to win that game, and we did. And I wasn't surprised because these kids were, and I still call them kids, they were capable of beating anybody. Yeah. And so it really was a great year. And the other thing about it, you mentioned about the community, I really appreciate that because the community really pulled together. And I think about the parents and how important they were in the process, and it was just like an entire community teamwork event, and it was really the morale. It was awesome, and I can't say enough. I mean, that was 35 years ago, and I remember these memories like it was yesterday.
Yeah. It's special when 35 years ago and we're still talking about it, right? And
exactly.
But you got to tell, just real quick, and we'll wrap up here because we got a lot to go on tonight, but tell us the Clareton story, because, I mean, it's the stuff movies are made from, right? And in a small, rural, bunch of, farm kids, middle of nowhere, going down and we won in dramatic fashion. And I say we because that's the community felt. I wasn't on the team, but I felt like, I was a part. So tell the story about the Clareton game.
Yeah, we were losing 14-7 with probably a little over a minute to go in the game. And we were on about our own 35-yard line, and we ran a play. Jason took it. It was 127 dive. I remember the name of the play. And Jason, because
I remember the name of the play.
Because when we went strong to one side, their safeties would shift over, left a big gap, and we thought if Jason could get through the line, he was gone. And he got through the line, he was gone. So it's now 14-13. It's like, what do? Kick the field goal or kick the extra point and tie it up and then go into overtime? And those rules back then in overtime, I don't know if it's still that way today, but they put the ball on the 10 and you had 4 plays to get in. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah. I was thinking about this the other day. So I go into the huddle, and Jeremy's standing in the back, and he's looking at me. I know what he's thinking. And he looks at me and says, "Coach, what about fake extra point?" And I said, "Yeah, that's what we're going to do."
Yep.
And I saw their eyes, and they were just so excited. I could tell. It wasn't, I was like very confident because they weren't going like, "Oh boy, I'm scared to do this." And what was neat was then Jeremy ran off the field, so then they thought, because he wasn't on the extra point team, so they had to be thinking, well, they're going to kick it.
Yep.
And then we snapped the ball directly to Israel, who was our kicker, who was our backup quarterback, and a really good kicker. And we ran kind of a little pick with Kelly and Mike, and Mike was in the corner of the end zone wide open. So we got the 2-point conversion. We win 15-14. So it was pretty exciting.
Yeah, it was. It's exciting when, hey, Jason, now let's come on in here. It's exciting. Yeah. But Jason, slide in a little bit. Slide in here. But it's exciting when he tells that story, and I'm getting goosebumps. Like, I literally was getting goosebumps as you were telling the story.
Every week we practiced it.
Yeah.
and we never ran it, and they would be going, Coach, why are we taking the time to do it? We never do this. And I kept saying, we're going to use it. It's going to win us a game someday. It's going to win us a game someday. Every week, the last practice, we would go do a fake extra point.
Yeah.
And it came down to one of the biggest games of the year.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so
I think
great.
the biggest play maybe ever in Keystone football history. No, seriously. What play could you point to that was bigger than that? So, just an unbelievable run. I'm going to pass this around. Everybody, introduce yourself real quick and tell them who you are. Oh, yay! Get in here. All right, go ahead. Just tell them who you are.
Sean Sainer.
All right. Oh, wait, hold on. We'll wait. All right. I'm just going to have everybody introduce themselves. All right. Go ahead. Coach Wissner, come on over here.
Say a speech.
Yep. Yeah. No, just come over here. This is Coach Mark Wissner. You see, this is what it's been like trying to do this whole event. Herding cats, right? Herding cats. I'm going to have all these guys introduce themselves real quick. Give us the year that you were in school as well when you guys went to the state championship.
Sean Sainer. I was a junior in high school.
Yep.
Matt Best, senior. Matt Eisnuth, I was also a senior.
Jason Nellis, senior.
Kelly Byerly, senior.
Scott O'Neill, sophomore.
Greg Wilbert, junior.
Eric Say, junior.
Mark Wissner, coach.
And Coach Joe Latesse. Ready to go.
Joe Latesse, coach.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, I'm looking forward to a great night. I'm looking more forward to the weekend with all these guys. We're going to relive a lot of old memories. But again, for me, I can't think of a better team. That's why you guys are in the first class to go in here. And just personally as a student at Keystone at that time, thanks for the memories, man. What an awesome ride you took us all on. So we're going to have a great night. Thank you guys for joining us. And